talk a lot about an artist doing a whole album with 1 or 2 producers and being able to really unify that sound.
Well, you're right, but on that particular album, like, it was like the Uptown sound that was, you know, and all those players that, you know, produced and wrote on that were a part of the Uptown sound, so they were trying to put that on the record. But you're right, I definitely think it should go back to that, like when you start working with one producer to create at least the skeleton of the album, and then have other people add on once the direction is set and whatnot. But I mean, white artists do it all the time. Like, they'll go do a side project and just work with one producer and do an EP or something, and then go work with another producer and do that as well. We should do that, you know. But I think the labels and people, we're just so like consumed with the hit. We need the hit. We need the hit. So it's like they're not really thinking of a whole, you know. They're just thinking of like one song versus like a collective piece of work that, you know, has a certain feel and a certain tone and a certain vibe about it because of the collaboration of the producer and the writer.
I think to a certain degree that it may even require for producers to be more entrepreneurial to get that done, because there are R&B artists out here. You know, and so who's going to take the responsibility of saying, let's put something out, and let's do it, you know, and that again goes back to that balance between creativity and business, because a lot of composers and producers, they just want to produce, they don't want to say, okay, we've produced this, now we got to put it out, now we got to work it, now we got to do this, that, and the third, and so it kind of ends up becoming that thing where like everyone's like hot potato, you know, it's like,
you take
passing it around, you take it, you take it to the next level. I did my job.
I mean, and you're so right about that, because I get artists that come to me all the time, and I'm like, well, what's the plan? I think you're great, and you think I'm great, and I think we should work together, but what is the plan? Like, after I give you like one of my best records, what's the plan for, you know, for it after that? And I think a lot of the artists have to step up their game and have a realistic plan of what to do once you get the music, because a lot of them don't know what to do with it, and they jump from one project to the next, and it's like there's no follow through. So I don't want to put my music in the hands of somebody that is like just sitting on their hard drive, or they put it on YouTube or whatever and don't follow up with it or on to something else or whatever. So I think they have to take more responsibility in having a realistic plan of what to do from A to Z once the record is done, you know.
And that's where that collaborative process, I think, also comes in.
Oh yeah.
Because, you know, they're called starving artists.
Now
back then they were starving just maybe financially, but now they, you know, they're
well, they got the starving producers too now.
I mean, starving artists in so many different ways.
Yeah, no, you're right, and that's real. That the starving artist is definitely real, and but I just think if they come together to do something, there should just be a plan, you know, what we're going to do with it after it's done, whether we're going to work together to promote it or whatever it is. But I'm always open for that, because there's a lot of great artists out there that, you know, just need music and need a team to work with.
Okay. Do you have anything else you'd like to plug before we get this drop?
Yeah, sure. Definitely want to plug my EP coming out, God Don't Like Ugly. I want to promote, unplug my short film coming out, same title, God Don't Like Ugly. It's about an interracial relationship in the 1940s, and my EP is a soundtrack to it. I wrote and produced the film, shot it in the South, deals with racial intolerance and you know, a lot of things that we're going through right now in society in America. And that's it. You can catch me on Facebook is Experience Fanatic. Also, Facebook is God Don't Like Ugly. Instagram is Experience Fanatic. Twitter is Mr. Fanatic. You know, get at me, check me out, follow what I'm doing. Always working on something, just trying to be creative every day that I wake up.